Welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into the captivating history of comic books, tracing their evolution from the groundbreaking debut of Superman in the 1930s to the sprawling Marvel Cinematic Universe that dominates theaters today. We'll explore how these colorful pages have transformed storytelling and shaped popular culture over the decades. So grab your favorite comic and join us on this exciting journey through the world of superheroes and storytelling. Comic books have become a significant part of popular culture, capturing the imaginations of readers of all ages. They have evolved from simple, colorful pages to a sprawling multiverse of characters, stories, and cinematic adaptations that shape the entertainment landscape today. This journey, from the creation of iconic superheroes like Superman in the 1930s to the blockbuster success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, illustrates the enduring appeal and cultural significance of comic books. Let's explore this fascinating history. The birth of comic books, 1930s. The origins of comic books can be traced back to the early 20th century, but they gained popularity in the 1930s. The first true comic book, Famous Funnies, was published in 1933, reprinting popular comic strips from newspapers. However, the real turning point came with the debut of superhero comics. In 1938, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster introduced Superman in Action Comics #1, creating the archetype for superheroes. Superman's incredible powers and moral righteousness resonated with readers during the Great Depression, offering a sense of hope and escapism. This success led to a flood of superhero characters, including Batman, Wonder Woman, and Captain America, establishing the foundation of the comic book industry. The Golden Age of Comics, 1938 to 1956. The late 1930s through the early 1950s is known as the Golden Age of Comics. During this period, superhero comics dominated the market, and publishers like DC and Marvel, then known as timely publications, rose to prominence. The stories were often simple, emphasizing good versus evil, and featured larger-than-life heroes who fought against villains and injustice. This era also saw the emergence of various genres beyond superheroes. Horror, crime, romance, and science fiction comics began to flourish, attracting a broader audience. However, the 1950s also brought challenges, as concerns over juvenile delinquency led to increased scrutiny of comic books. The establishment of the Comics Code Authority, CCA, in 1954 imposed strict guidelines on content, significantly affecting the industry. The Silver Age of Comics, 1956 to 1970. The Silver Age of Comics began in the mid-1950s and is marked by a resurgence of superhero comics. This period was characterized by more sophisticated storytelling, character development, and a focus on the human aspects of superheroes. Marvel Comics, under the creative leadership of writer Stan Lee and artists like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, introduced iconic characters such as Spider-Man, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. These characters were relatable, often facing personal struggles and moral dilemmas, which resonated with a growing, more mature audience. The Bronze Age of Comics, 1970 to 1985. The Bronze Age of Comics saw further diversification of storytelling and themes. Writers began to address social issues, including drug addiction, racism, and environmental concerns, reflecting the changing cultural landscape of the 1970s. Notable storylines, such as the Green Lantern/Green Arrow series, tackled topics like drug abuse, showcasing a more realistic approach to comic book narratives. The introduction of darker, more complex characters, such as the Punisher and Wolverine, changed the tone of superhero comics, appealing to older readers. This era also marked the beginning of crossovers between different comic book universes, paving the way for larger, interconnected stories. The Crisis on Infinite Earths event in 1985 redefined the DC universe, merging various timelines and characters into a more cohesive narrative. The Modern Age of Comics, 1985. The Modern Age of Comics began in the mid-1980s and continues to the present day. This period has been characterized by a significant shift in the industry, marked by the rise of independent publishers, and the growth of graphic novels as a respected art form. Comic book creators began experimenting with storytelling techniques, art styles, and genres. Series like Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons and The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller pushed the boundaries of what comic books could achieve, blending mature themes with complex narratives. The 1990s saw the emergence of Image Comics, founded by a group of high-profile artists, which focused on creator-owned properties and showcased a diverse range of styles and stories. Titles like Spawn, The Walking Dead, and Savage Dragon gained popularity and changed the landscape of comic publishing. The rise of the cinematic universe. As comic books gained popularity, so did their adaptations into other media, particularly film and television. The late 20th century saw the release of successful superhero movies such as Superman, 1978, and Batman, 1989, which laid the groundwork for future adaptations. However, it was the establishment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, in 2008, with the release of Iron Man that revolutionized the industry. The MCU's interconnected storytelling and focus on character development led to unprecedented box office success, with films like The Avengers, Black Panther, and Spider-Man: No Way Home becoming cultural phenomena. The MCU's success has influenced other studios to develop their own cinematic universes, such as the DC Extended Universe. The impact of comic books on culture. Comic books have transcended their origins as simple entertainment, becoming an influential part of modern culture. They have sparked discussions about representation, diversity, and social justice, inspiring movements within and beyond the comic book community. With the rise of digital platforms, comic books have also adapted to the changing landscape, reaching new audiences through webcomics, graphic novels, and mobile applications. The accessibility of comics has allowed for greater diversity in storytelling, empowering marginalized voices to share their experiences. Conclusion: the history of comic books is a testament to the power of storytelling and creativity. From the golden age of superheroes to the modern cinematic universes we see today, comics have evolved significantly while maintaining their core themes of heroism, adventure, and the struggle between good and evil. As comic books continue to inspire and entertain, they remain an essential part of popular culture, shaping our understanding of heroes and the worlds they inhabit. Thanks for joining us on this adventure through the history of comic books. From their origins as simple entertainment to becoming a powerful cultural force, comics have left an indelible mark on our lives. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of superheroes and storytelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting content. Until next time, keep reading and celebrating the heroes that inspire us all.